Welcome to The Running Man. The Running Man is chaotic, funny, a little messy, yeah, but honestly, one of the most fun action movies that I've seen in a while. I walked in expecting decent action and walked out grinning. This movie is just fun, plain and simple. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Troy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to view The Running Man, the latest film from Edgar Wright, starring Glen Powell, Colman Domingo, William H. Macy. So many people in this movie. Michael Cera's in this movie as well. The latest that came out this weekend, and again, just over the top, fun, completely chaotic in the best way, and even makes up for some of the things that maybe didn't work for this movie. The Running Man is just designed for fun, and on that front, it really does fully deliver. And the big reason for that is because of Glen Powell. He does such a great job in this role as Ben Richards. You can tell he really has a lot of fun with it. He brings chaos, charisma, and just high energy throughout the entire film. You can definitely, again, say he had so much fun playing this role. You can totally tell, and that becomes through his performance on screen. And for me, that's what makes this movie work so well, is the high energy performance that he brings to it. I don't think it works nearly as well if he's not the guy doing it. And so, really happy to see him thrive in a role like this because he is so good in it. His comedic timing is really well. The physicality really elevate this whole movie. This is, I think, one of his more fun roles that he's done in the last few years. I think he's on a roll. Glen Powell is quickly becoming one of my favorite actors, and you could really throw this movie into one of his stronger performances, as he's just really incredible. The supporting cast also adds so much personality to the story. Colman Domingo absolutely eats it up as Bobby T. He was a scene stealer in a lot of ways whenever they would cut to him live in the studio. And so it was just really fun to see him in this role. He really ate it up, delivered on a lot of different fronts, and just really sold that performance too. And I think he did a really good job of kind of bringing you into the manufactured world that the network has in this kind of dystopian future, because of how well he sells those things. Josh Brolin was also really incredible as playing the kind of head of the network and being responsible for creating this show, and again fabricating a lot of the reality that they think they are believing. And so those two guys together, especially when they had some scenes with the chemistry too, was really good. And the big standout for me, I think, was Michael Cera. He was downright hilarious in his sequence in the film towards the later part of the film with his mother. Absolutely hilarious. You could tell they really just let Michael Cera be Michael Cera, and it paid off in such an incredible way. Because of the strength of the supporting cast, their performances really keep the momentum going and give the movie even more flavor. That's the biggest part of why I think this movie works for me, along with the action that we'll get to in a moment, is the strength of the cast, the humor amongst them, the chemistry amongst them. I don't think the movie works nearly as well as it does if they don't have these people playing these roles. But yes, the action. Now, I will admit, I think some of the big scenes they did put in the trailers, and I think that's just not a criticism of this film. I think a lot of movies do that, and so you were kind of anticipating those big action moments, but overall there was still a lot to like, and still a lot of surprises with some of the action that came in this movie. I mean, some of it is completely just over the top insane. I think about that scene with Michael Cera in the house and that entire sequence of him and Glen Powell fighting against the network guard. I mean, it was just an insane sequence, as well as an earlier one when they show the full sequence play out of Glen Powell trying to escape the first time he's attempted capture, attempted to be killed, where the apartment building explodes in the basement. And so there's just a lot of really cool action in this movie. Combine that with the cast strength and the humor. Again, it's just really fun. I think my main criticism overall of this movie, though, is the uneven mix of tone and pacing. I think the movie sometimes tries to pivot into more serious or emotional territory, but it doesn't really fit the overall vibe of the movie, so to speak. I think because that you have these big action sequences, these over the top funny moments, in my opinion. I think when they try to shift into these more serious topics of, Glen Powell's family not doing very well, and also the oppression of this network and just society in general, I think it doesn't necessarily land the entire time. And so that was uneven, and it would kind of take you out because it would kind of happen at different points of the movie that I didn't think necessarily fit very well. I think that led to the plot being a little bit messy and unfocused. And I kind of wish it would have just really probably lean more into fully the action sequences, because I think you go to a movie like this for the action and adventure. I think if it leaned more into that, I think it would have been stronger. I've seen some of the reviews after seeing this movie of just, yeah, that was being kind of the main criticism of it. And I would agree. But for me, it doesn't prevent me from enjoying this movie overall, because there is just too much to like, too much to enjoy to not have fun with this movie. So despite the tonal inconsistencies, The Running Man is a really fun time. Glen Powell, the humor, the action are easily worth the price of admission. And so I would highly recommend this if you want to see something that's entertaining, fast paced a lot of the time. This is the movie for you. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And it's definitely worth seeing if you're in the mood for something chaotic and high energy. If you saw The Running Man this weekend, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the movie? If you've seen the 1987 original film, how does this compare for you? Are you a fan of the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, or do you think this is a little bit more up to date and a little bit better? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Curious to know your thoughts. But if you like this video, guys, leave a like, subscribe for more content. Thanks for tuning in.